How we doing, guys? E-Man here. I go by Wolf of Wall Street 7 on Twitter. And in this video, I want to talk about my personal journey as a trader, how long I've been trading, what got me started, my struggles, when I became consistent, all that good stuff. And I think this video will really help a lot of you guys, just because we share, for the most part, we all share the same struggles in trading. And I think hearing it from someone's personal perspective will really help you guys and give you that confidence and that motivation to realize that, look, trading is possible and you can do it full time if you put in the work and if you develop the right habits. It's absolutely possible. So we'll start off this video from right from the beginning, when I started, what got me into it, and we'll go from A to Z, and we'll just go in chronological order to discuss everything I went through to become consistent and how I maintain that consistency today through my habits. So let's get right into it. So my trading journey started early 2017. I was working a full-time job at that point, and my friend actually introduced me to Forex. So if none of you guys know Forex, it's the currency market, so it's trading currencies. And he told me, he's like, "Hey man, look, I made $1,600 today." And I'm like, I didn't believe him. I thought he was joking, but he showed me his account and statement, and he actually made $1,600 within like 20 minutes. So for me, that opened up a whole new world. Knowing that you can make that much money that quickly really intrigued me and got me interested in the stock market. Now, I didn't go towards Forex because to me, I didn't really see any edge there. That seemed like pure gambling to me. But I stumbled upon stocks, and specifically penny stocks, and those really got my interest. I noticed guys on YouTube making a lot of money trading these, and I said, "Hey, that looks like something I'm interested in, so I want to give it a shot." So I started paper trading to kind of learn, the basic patterns. Paper trading was a bit of a struggle. I lost money at first, but it was virtual, so it wasn't really a big deal. And I was still learning, and I kind of got to a point where I found a strategy that worked for me, and I became a momentum scalper. So basically I would trade the level 2 and the tape, and I got really good at reading that quick momentum. Whereas a stock jumps up 10, 15, 20 cents, I got really good at timing those trades and really just getting that quick 10 cents or 20 cents, and I became pretty consistent as a scalper. So I decided to open up a live account, and I started very small. So I started with, I think, a $2,000 or $2,500 account, and I had the capital to trade much bigger, but I knew that if I was going to do this right, I needed to start small and go through the learning process. So my first live account, long story short, paper trading is much easier than live trading. I think I blew my first account within probably a month, even less than a month. I got caught. I think I got caught in like a short squeeze or something, and just blew my account right there. So right off the bat, I was introduced to the stock market with a big punch to the face, and I think most people go through that as well. So I'm not alone there. And after that first blow up, I kind of did the same thing over and over and over again for the entire first year of my trading. So I kept refunding my account. I was fortunate enough to have the capital to keep refunding it. And I wasn't trading big, as I mentioned. It was really small accounts. And I realized towards the end of the year, I hadn't had a single green month throughout the whole year. And I stepped back and I looked at my trading log, and I looked at myself and I said, what's going on here? I'm pissing money away. Is it because of my strategy? No, it wasn't because of the strategy. My strategy worked. I would make money, but what would happen is I would piss it all away on stupid trades, or maybe not stop out of a trade, or a revenge trade. And I started to notice that my main problem was mental. It wasn't a strategy. It wasn't the stock market. It wasn't manipulation, all that stuff. Nothing. It was none of that stuff. It was all mental, and it was all up to me to fix that. So I really started getting into trading psychology books, And those, I would say, helped me tremendously shift my trading. Now, I will say this, just because you read a trading psychology book, it's not going to make you a stock market wizard the next day. You have to be ready for it, and you have to be willing to make that change and that shift in your mindset. And for me, I think I had taken so much pain throughout that full year of trading and just losing. I think that really shifted me and just pushed me over the edge. And I said, you know what? I'm either going to quit or I'm going to shift my mentality. And of course, I shifted my mentality. So that was my shifting point after that first year of trading. And it basically came after a 12-month losing streak. For someone to lose for 12 months straight and come back, you have to be trading small. You can't do that if you're trading $100,000, $200,000 account. You're going to blow all that money away, and then you won't have any money left to continue trading. And I think this is where a lot of people go wrong, whereas they start off with big accounts and they just don't know how to manage their emotions and manage their risk properly. They end up pissing all their money away before they can actually learn to, create that disciplined mindset. So by the time they do get there, they have no money left. And I think this is so important to just start out small. Like I mentioned earlier, I had the capital. I could have started with 100K, 200K. I could have started big, but I decided to start tiny because I knew that it was a journey and I needed to learn the process, and I needed to stick around for the process and be able to, trade. If I was trading big, I probably wouldn't be around today. So trading small was definitely a big part of my success. It helped me stay in the game long enough until I finally was ready to make that shift. So I'd like to talk about now going from the shift from non-profitable to profitable. So what does it take, what's involved, and what it took me to get to that state of that aha moment, that moment where you're like, oh, I finally get it. I know what I need to do and I can do it consistently. And for me, it was the trading psychology, just understanding how the mind works, understanding that trading is all about probabilities. It's not about being right. It's not about being wrong. So many people I see get into the stock market, all they care about is their P&L. They're always focused on their P&Ls. And I'll tell you one thing, the guys that focus on their P&Ls, usually the guys that don't last. You won't see them around very long. And if you do see them around, they're probably just break even or, barely profitable. So the key shift for me in my mindset, the first one was stop thinking about the money and start focusing on trading your strategy consistently. Now, just focusing on that, it took my trading from 0 to 100. I am not even joking. Like, my trading shifted overnight. So just from changing my mindset, that simple change shifted my trading from 0 to 100. I was consistently profitable, and I was seeing really good consistency in my trading. Now, let's fast forward to mid 2018, and things have been going pretty well. At this point, I'm consistently profitable. I've had several months of consistency, and now my goal is to maintain that mindset of consistent trading. So the thing with scalping is I found myself getting into habits of over trading sometimes, or revenge trading. And I think this is because you're trading so much during the day that your brain just gives out at one point and says, you know what, I'm going to take this trade or I'm going to take that trade. And you end up making a stupid mistake and then costs you money. And then you say, oh, I want to make my money back. And then it's a kind of downhill spiral from there. And luckily I didn't have blow up days doing that, but I took some decent losses and they set me back. So it's basically like 2 steps forward, 1 step back in my trading. And I really wanted to take it to the next level and, dive into other strategies and styles of trading. So that's when I decided to dive into trend trading, and I actually joined a chat room, which I'm now a part of. And I learned how to trade multiple time frames instead of just scalping that mini time frame, that 1 minute chart. And, that's all I was looking at, the 1 minute chart. As a scalper, that's really all you need. But learning about the multiple time frames, that really took my game to the next level. So now we fast forward to my current stage where I'm a trend trader. And I took those scalping skills that I learned, so the tape reading, the level 2, all that good stuff, and I apply it to my trend trading now. And what that's done for me is it's allowed me to trade less during the day. So I'm taking maybe 1 or 2 trades, which in turn helps me with my discipline. So I'm not stuck to the computer all day. I'm not forced to, make stupid trades, stuff like that. I just take that 1 or 2 or maybe 3 trades a day and I'm done. That's it. And the beauty with it is, with scalping, you may need 10 trades to make your pay. Whereas with trend trading, you may just need 1 good trade and you make your whole week. So that's the thing I love about the trend trading. And I really do think it's the best approach for most traders. Scalping is fine. You can make money scalping. I've done it, and others do it as well on a regular basis. But I really do think trend trading is the way to go. You can get bigger wins, trade less, make more. It really is quality over quantity in trading, and you just got to be like a sniper and wait for those big trades. So current status right now, I'm just working on maintaining that mentality, that consistent mentality. So there are still days today where, I'll find myself slipping mentally, but I'm self-aware enough to step back from the computer and realize it before I make a big mistake. And that's so important. You guys need to realize when your mindset is not right, do not trade. Just step away from the computer because you will lose money, 100% guaranteed. If your mind is not in the right place on any given trading day, do not trade. Just walk away, go for a walk, go outside, do something to clear your mind, maybe come back, see if anything's in play, and, you can trade if there is, and if not, just, shut it down for the day. So to make things really simple, you're losing money for one of 2 reasons. Either you don't have a valid strategy, or you're trading emotionally and not managing your risk. And usually it's the emotional part that people struggle with. Most people have a strategy, it doesn't have to be the best strategy in the world. If it's 50%, 60% winning rate, that's fine. That's all you really need. But most people struggle with the emotional aspect because they're so attached to money. I mean, this is the one tip I give anybody I know that wants to become a trader. Just learn to detach yourself from money. Think of paper trading. When you're paper trading, it's almost like, it's not even, it's almost too easy, right? To make money in paper trading in a simulator, it almost seems too easy. Well, that's how real trading becomes once you learn to detach from money. It's really that easy when you have a valid strategy. Your only job is to look for those high probability setups, which you know what you're looking for, and your job is just to execute them without emotional attachment, without any errors, just like an algorithm. Just, take the trade. It's either going to work or it's not. Move on to the next, and that's it. But most people will take a trade. If it stops them out, they'll blame the stock market. They'll get all pissed off and say, "Oh, I got to make my money back." They end up blowing up their account, trying to revenge trade. It happens. It happens to the best of us. But if you let your primal instincts take over, you're totally screwed in the market. So you have to become patient and disciplined and become as patient as a monk. That's really what it takes. And that's really what it took me. So, some tips I can give you guys is, meditation helps tremendously, helps to clear your mind. It helps to get your mind, if you're too focused on something, meditating really helps to relieve that. For most people, they're focused on money, and losing or making money. Just meditate before you trade each morning and just have a clear mind, go into the market, look for those setups that have a high probability, and just wait for them and take them when they appear. Win or loss doesn't really matter. It's a probabilities game at the end of the day. And you really need to understand and accept that, this is not a winning game. It's not a right or wrong game. It's a game of probabilities. We are gambling. We're gambling with a statistical advantage in the markets. That's all we're doing. And if you think you're going to be right on a specific trade each and every time, you're in for a world of pain, because no trade will work in your favor just because you want it to. Now, a lot of us get to that point where we finally kind of reach that mindset and we're consistent for a while, but then we just give it all back and start to go back to our old habits. And to prevent this, what I found is I had to develop a structured set of rules to follow for my personal style of trading and for my personal needs. And this is going to be different for everyone. So you really need to track your errors, track what kind of mistakes you're making in your trading. Whether it's over trading, maybe you get pissed off at a loss, so you revenge trade and you give back your entire day or blow your account. Whether it's not stopping out of a trade because you thought it was going to be a winner and you don't accept the loss, so you just hold on to the loser and it keeps adding and adding and adding. And all these little errors that cause you to fail as a trader, you need to develop a set of rules to prevent you from committing these errors so that they don't even become a problem. Some rules I can recommend for stopping out. If you have trouble stopping out, using mental stops, just use a hard stop. It'll protect your account. You won't blow up. Use a market order hard stop, and you're guaranteed to get out of the trade. It may not be at the price you want, but at least you're guaranteed to save your account and prevent from blowing up. So definitely use hard stops if you have trouble stopping out of trades. If you're one of those traders who takes those consistent blow up losses, definitely use those. And now for the over trading and revenge trading, what I did was I set a 3 trade per day rule for myself, because I know that if I stick around too long, maybe let's say I'm red on the day and I get emotional and I want to make it back. So what I'll do is I'll try to take maybe not so A+ setup trades that don't really fit my strategy, and I just end up losing more and more money, adding on to that loss, which was a manageable loss, and then it turned out to be a bigger loss than I expected. So the 3 trade rule really helps me. It ensures that if I'm taking 3 trades, if all of them are losers, I know that I'm doing something wrong, because my strategy is not going to give me 3 losers in a row. So if I'm getting 3 losers in a row, it's either because I'm trading emotionally, I'm not following my strategy, or I'm just gambling. So those rules really helped me, and they are there to protect you. The rules that you implement into your trading are there to protect you, and that's all you can do for your trading is protect yourself. Capital preservation is the only thing you have control over. There's nothing else you have control over. You have no control over whether you're going to make money tomorrow or not. All you can control is how much money you lose when you're in a trade. So always focus on risk management. Always focus on minimizing the damage done each day. Don't be focused on how much money you're going to make or bank. Don't be trying to make a 10,000 bucks in a day. Focus on how much you're willing to lose each and every day, and stick to that rule, and always follow your stops. Always take your stops. That's the mentality it takes to become consistent. There was a point in my trading where I actually covered up my P&L column on my broker because I didn't even want to see how much money I was up or down on a trade. I was so focused on just executing my trade plan, and I really didn't care how much money I made or lost on it. I was just focused on the plan and executing it perfectly. And today I don't even do that. I don't need to do that. I don't even look at my P&L. It's just not interesting to me. I'm just focused on the chart and the price action when I'm in a trade, and I'm focused on either stopping out where I need to or taking my profits where I need to. And having no expectations for every trade, I just jump into every trade, A+ setups, of course, and I don't expect anything from it. Just because it's a high probability trade, I don't expect it to be a winner. I expect something to happen. It's gonna either go up, down, or sideways. I don't know, but the odds are in my favor for it to go in my direction, and that's all I have. Just the odds. That's all you can really have in your favor, and the rest is just up to the stock market, and whatever it wants to do, it'll do. So just get your mind off the money, focus on the plan and executing your strategy consistently. Focus on not getting too attached to the outcome of the trade. It's going to be a win or a loss or a draw. There's only 3 possibilities, and you can't control either of those. All you can control is your plan and keeping your emotions in check, and staying cool, calm, and collect in a market. That's really all you can do. So each morning you step into the market, instead of focusing on how much money you're going to make, focus on bringing the best mindset you can to the market. So the best mindset is a mindset that's thinking in probabilities. You're not thinking about how much money you're going to make or lose on the day. You're thinking, okay, where is my next A+ trade? There it is. I'm going to take it. There's my risk. There's my reward. I'm either going to get stopped out or take my profit. And that's all you should be focused on. Just executing, executing, executing. That's it. Don't let your mind get involved. If you see a good trade, take it. If you see a trade that looks okay and you're not too sure, don't take it. It's really that simple. So I wanted to close things out here and just point out this image you see in the background. It's basically a stairwell and there's a light at the top, so you can't really see how far the top is or if there's even a top at all. But you know that there's a possibility to get there. And this is basically your trading journey. For most of us, we see it as this stairwell, and we're not quite sure if we're ever going to get there or how long it will take. But as I've mentioned in this video, it really just comes down to how badly do you want it and how badly are you willing to make the necessary changes in your mindset to become a consistent winning trader. And that's really all it comes down to. A lot of you will not ever become consistent, and I hate to say this, I don't mean to be negative, but it's the truth. It's a fact. The statistics are there. 90% of traders fail because they just simply don't have what it takes to adapt that mental, discipline. And, the ones who do make it, that's great. Once you make it, it's a constant battle of just, maintaining that discipline. It's not like you make it and then it's over. It's a constant struggle of just keeping and maintaining that discipline, and you will have days where you slip, and you need to be very well aware of those days and know when to step back and to clear your mind and maybe not trade at all that day, just walk away, or clear your mind and come back. And if you feel like you're ready to trade, then you're ready to trade. But it's really about self-awareness and knowing when you're in the right state of mind to trade and when you're not. So that's what it really takes, guys. I hope you enjoyed my story here. I hope it helps some of you guys who are struggling. Just hang in there. As long as you have the capital, I don't see a reason to stop or quit trading. Keep trying it. If you find you just can't, change your mindset and you could keep doing the same mistakes over and over and over again, and it's probably time to consider, calling it quits. That's just the reality of trading. But like I mentioned, if you have the capital, just keep going, because as this image shows, the stairwell is showing you that there may be a top and you can get there. If you get there or not, it's really up to you. And how long it takes is also up to you. You can learn, you can really switch your mindset instantly just like that by tomorrow if you really wanted to. But that's really all up to you, and nobody can do that except for you. So that's it for this video, guys. Once again, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in, and see you guys next time. Cheers.